The calm waters of Virgin River hide more than just beauty, they hide secrets, heartbreak, and life-changing moments. As Season 7 begins, all eyes turn to Mel and Jack, who now step into a brand new chapter of their lives. Their baby is finally here, and while joy fills the air, the arrival also stirs questions that no one in Virgin River is truly ready for. Season 6 closed on a note of uncertainty, filled with moments that tested Mel and Jack's strength as a couple. Mel's pregnancy was a thread that carried both hope and fear through the season. Every step of her journey reminded viewers of her resilience and the deep, emotional scars she still carried from her past losses. Jack, always determined to stand by her side, showed us that love in Virgin River is rarely simple. It's built on sacrifice, patience, and sometimes painful honesty. But the season wasn't only about their relationship. The town itself, with its tight-knit community, played a silent but powerful role. Friends and neighbors rallied around, some with genuine care, others with quiet whispers that made Mel question whether she could truly find peace here. And then there was Jack's own struggle, his constant battle with guilt, his drive to prove he could be the partner Mel needed, and the shadow of past mistakes that never seemed to let him breathe. The season ended with lingering doubts. Would Mel and Jack be ready for the responsibility of raising a child together? Would their relationship survive the pressure, or would old wounds reopen at the worst possible time? Those final scenes carried both the weight of anticipation and the promise of something beautiful on the horizon. And now, as we step into Season 7, those questions begin to find answers, but not in the way anyone expects. The baby changes everything. It shifts the balance of their relationship, reshapes their dreams, and tests the strength of the community around them. The Virgin River we thought we knew is about to reveal a new side of itself, and at the center of it all are Mel, Jack, and the tiny life that binds them together in ways they could never have imagined. The air in Virgin River feels different. As Season 7 opens, there's a hush that settles over the town, almost as if everyone is holding their breath, waiting for the news they know will change everything. And then it happens, the moment that fans have been waiting for. Mel and Jack welcome their baby into the world. It's not just a birth, it's a turning point, a shift that will ripple through every corner of their lives. The first glimpse we get is not dramatic in the traditional sense. There are no flashing lights, no storms raging outside. Instead, the power lies in the quiet. Details: the warmth of the nursery, the stillness of Jack's expression as he holds his child for the first time, and the fragile but radiant glow on Mel's face. For a couple who have endured so much loss, the arrival of this baby feels almost like a miracle. It is the moment where joy breaks through the heavy clouds of grief. And for a brief second, everything feels perfect. But Virgin River is a place where peace never lasts long. The emotions are raw, layered with both happiness and fear. Mel, though overjoyed, cannot stop her thoughts from wandering back to the hardships she faced on her journey to motherhood. She knows better than anyone that life can take unexpected turns, and she clings to her child with both fierce love and quiet worry. Jack, on the other hand, is overwhelmed by the sheer weight of responsibility. He's fought battles inside and outside of himself, and now he faces the most important one of all, being the father he always promised he would be. This first episode wastes no time in reminding us that bringing a baby into Virgin River is not just about two people starting a family. It is about how an entire community shifts and adapts. We see glimpses of neighbors dropping by with smiles, whispers, and casseroles. Doc and Hope, pillars of the town, bring their advice, sometimes helpful, sometimes intrusive. Lizzie, with her youthful energy, becomes both a helping hand and a curious observer. Even Brady, standing on the edges of this new chapter, seems to feel the pull of responsibility in ways we haven't seen before. The baby does not just belong to Mel and Jack, it belongs, in some small way, to everyone who calls Virgin River home. Yet beneath the joy, tension quietly brews. Jack is already torn between his roles: partner, father, and provider. His bar, his friends, his commitments, they all begin to weigh heavily on him as he realizes that every choice he makes now affects more than just himself. Mel, meanwhile, finds herself confronting fears she thought she had buried. The baby's arrival reopens old wounds, stirring memories of loss that blend uneasily with her newfound happiness. It's a reminder that healing is never complete, and joy often comes with shadows that are hard to escape. The cinematography of this sneak peek would highlight contrasts: the soft glow of the nursery lamp against the dark night outside, the silence of the baby's breathing against the louder voices of neighbors, the intimate moments between Mel and Jack set against the buzzing curiosity of the town. Every frame seems to whisper that while this new chapter begins with hope, it will not unfold without complications. By the end of this section, one thing becomes clear: the baby's arrival is not just an event, but a catalyst. It reshapes the rhythm of daily life, pulling Mel and Jack closer together while also testing their bond in new, uncharted ways. Virgin River, known for its quiet beauty and dramatic secrets, now has something new at its heart: a child who symbolizes both love fulfilled and challenges yet to come. The sneak peek ends on a tender but haunting note. Jack gazes down at his baby, his eyes filled with wonder but also a flicker of doubt. Mel, exhausted yet glowing, smiles through her tears, unaware of the storm that may be coming. The town sleeps, the river flows, and in the small cradle beside them lies the future of not just a family, but of Virgin River itself. The birth of Mel and Jack's baby is a beautiful beginning, but beauty in Virgin River always walks hand in hand with turmoil. Almost immediately, we see how this new life disrupts the fragile balance the couple had worked so hard to build. The baby's cries echo through their small home, not just as a sound of life, but as a reminder that nothing will ever be the same again. And with that realization comes the weight of changes that neither Mel nor Jack can completely prepare for. Jack, once the steady anchor in Mel's storm, now finds himself standing on shaky ground. His hands, once so confident behind the bar or in the woods, tremble slightly as he holds his newborn. The responsibility of fatherhood presses down on him with a force he did not expect. He worries about whether he can provide enough, protect enough, and simply be enough for both Mel and their child. His past mistakes linger like ghosts in the corners of his mind, whispering doubts that grow louder in the quiet hours of the night. For Jack, the baby is both a blessing and a chance to prove himself, but also a reminder of the battles he hasn't fully won. Mel, on the other hand, faces her own private storm. Motherhood, something she longed for, comes with a tidal wave of emotions she struggles to contain. Every smile and every coo from her baby fills her with joy, but also with fear. She has lost before, and the memory of that pain lingers just beneath the surface. Sleep-deprived and vulnerable, she begins to question herself. Can she truly keep her family safe? Can she balance being a mother with being her own person? And perhaps most painfully, can she ever escape the shadow of grief that threatens to return at any moment? Beyond the walls of their home, Virgin River itself begins to shift. The townspeople, who once served as a source of comfort, now feel like a weight pressing in. Their endless advice, their curiosity, and even their well-meaning offers to help sometimes leave Mel feeling suffocated. The baby has become the center of attention, and with that comes pressure. Pressure to be the perfect parents. Pressure to show strength even when exhaustion and fear take over. Pressure to hold their relationship together when everything around them seems to be pulling it apart. The cracks start to show in subtle ways. A missed conversation, an argument that lingers too long, a look of frustration quickly hidden. Jack begins to spend more time outside the house, throwing himself into work as if he can outrun his doubts. Mel, in turn, begins to close herself off, clinging tighter to the baby while unintentionally pushing Jack away. What was once a bond strengthened by shared struggles now faces the risk of being frayed by unspoken fears. And then there is the looming shadow of secrets. Virgin River has always thrived on them: secrets about family, about loyalty, about mistakes long buried. The arrival of Mel and Jack's baby doesn't erase those secrets. It makes them more dangerous. Old wounds. In the community resurface, rivalries deepen, and whispers of scandal travel faster than the river itself. It becomes clear that while the baby has brought new life, it has also stirred old conflicts that were never truly resolved. The sneak peek doesn't reveal everything, but it teases just enough to leave viewers unsettled. We see Jack late at night, staring out the window, his face marked by worry he cannot share. We see Mel clutching her baby with a desperate intensity, as if letting go for even a moment would mean losing everything. We see friends and neighbors offering support, but also catching glances that suggest judgment, curiosity, and maybe even envy. By the end of this section, one truth becomes impossible to ignore. Mel and Jack's joy is real, but it is fragile. The baby's arrival is not a simple happy ending. It is the beginning of a test that could either strengthen their love or break it apart. Virgin River, with all its beauty and charm, is also a place where happiness is always shadowed by trials. And as much as Mel and Jack want to hold on to the bliss of new parenthood, the forces around them both inside and outside their hearts threaten to pull them into conflict. They may not be ready to face. The episode leaves us with the sense that the baby is more than just a new character in Virgin River. This child is a symbol, a spark that lights up joy, but also ignites hidden tensions. And as the story unfolds, fans will begin to wonder, will the baby unite the community, or will it expose the cracks that have been there all along? Virgin River has never been just about one couple. It is a town alive with people whose lives twist and turn in ways that always seem connected. And with the arrival of Mel and Jack's baby, the ripple effects begin almost immediately. For some, the child brings hope. For others, it stirs jealousy, longing, or even unresolved pain. What starts as a joyous celebration soon spreads into storylines that promise to shape the season in surprising ways. Doc and Hope, longtime pillars of the community, are among the first to react. For Doc, the sight of a new life brings back memories of the families he's cared for over decades. But there's also a hint of regret. He knows his time as Virgin River's guiding doctor is slowly fading. His vision isn't what it used to be, and the demands of his work weigh heavier with each passing day. Watching Mel step into motherhood reminds him of the legacy he wants to leave behind, not just as a doctor, but as a mentor. Hope, ever outspoken and fiercely protective, sees the baby as a reason to anchor Mel and Jack even more tightly to the town. Yet, her controlling nature risks clashing with Mel's desire to do things her own way. Their storyline promises heartwarming moments, but also tension between generations, tradition, and the struggles of letting go. Lizzie, still navigating her own path to adulthood, finds herself unexpectedly drawn into the new family dynamic. She offers to help with babysitting, partly out of genuine kindness and partly because she wants to prove she's matured beyond her reputation. But her inexperience shows, leading to both lighthearted and emotional scenes. Lizzie's involvement also forces her to reflect on her own future. Does she want a family someday, or is she still chasing the freedom she once craved? Her art quietly mirrors Mel's, showing how choices in youth can echo across a lifetime. Brady, meanwhile, faces perhaps the most complicated emotions of all. He watches Jack with his baby and feels a pang of something deeper than envy. For a man haunted by mistakes, redemption is never simple. But the baby's arrival makes him wonder if he deserves a second chance at building something real. His bond with the child is not direct, but the symbolism hits hard. Brady stands at a crossroads, continue down a path of solitude, or finally try to rebuild bridges he burned long ago. His storyline is laced with quiet intensity, a reminder that Virgin River doesn't forget easily, but sometimes it forgives. Preacher, too, finds himself shifting under the weight of change. Always the dependable friend, he steps up to support Jack in ways that go beyond the bar. Yet, as he spends more time around the baby, he begins to reflect on his own desires for family and love. Preacher's story has often been about loyalty and sacrifice, but now, with Mel and Jack stepping into parenthood, he must confront his own loneliness. The town has always leaned on him, but who does he lean on when the nights get too long? His arc promises quiet but deeply human moments that add richness to the season. Even the townspeople who rarely take center stage are affected. The chatter in the cafe, the glances exchanged at the market, the gossip that spreads like wildfire, all of it adds layers to the narrative. Some view the baby as a symbol of hope for Virgin River, a reminder that life continues despite loss and hardship. Others see it as a disruption, a shift in attention that changes the town's dynamic. The sense of community is both a blessing and a curse, reminding Mel and Jack that while they are never alone, privacy is a luxury they may never truly have. The sneak peek teases these storylines in subtle ways, quick shots of Doc lingering by the clinic window, Lizzie nervously rocking the baby, Brady staring off into the distance with a look of longing, and Preacher closing the bar early as he contemplates his own path. None of these moments give away too much, but they plant seeds that will grow into full arcs as the season unfolds. What makes Virgin River powerful isn't just its central love story. It's how every life, every secret, and every decision seems to intertwine. The baby at the heart of Season 7 isn't just Mel and Jack's child, it's a catalyst. A spark that sets old conflicts ablaze, awakens dormant dreams, and forces every character to face truths they've avoided. The baby is both a blessing and a mirror reflecting back the best and worst in everyone. By the end of this section, one thing is clear: Season 7 isn't just about parenthood. It's about how one small life has the power to reshape an entire community. Virgin River has always been a place where love and pain coexist, where secrets linger just beneath the surface, and where change comes whether you're ready or not. And now, with Mel and Jack's baby at the center, every character is about to be pulled into a new Chapter 1 filled with choices, consequences, and the kind of drama only Virgin River can deliver.